A lot of this isn't going to make sense to you, and I'm sorry about that. I'm just going to start at the beginning, with the house. I lived here until I was 11, but I wasn't allowed inside half the rooms. Inside the mailbox were bills from 7 years ago, marked urgent, open immediately. I hadn't been back since my brother Lewis's funeral. In her will, my mother left me a key, but didn't tell me what it unlocked. Maybe she thought I'd know, or she thought the mystery would be enough to bring me back.
Toady came. The truth is, even after I inherited the house, I never thought I'd come back to it. But now I had questions about my family that only the house knew the answers to. As I say, Milton Finch. The brother? Not with Lewis. 2010, Milton, 2003. The woods around the house have always been uncomfortably silent. As if they're about to say something, but never do.
Gonna have a baby. Hey, Mr. Stag.
The house was exactly like I remembered it, the way I'd been dreaming about it.
Well, you'd never forget that house.
I asked Edie once about the dragon in the pond. She said it had killed her husband. I was 6. It seemed like an odd joke to me, even then.
Is Edie in the family? Edie, you're right at the bottom. 1917 to 2010. So who is her husband? Odin? No, couldn't have been, obviously. Sven, maybe? A rabbit.
As a child, the house made me uncomfortable in a way I couldn't put into words. Now, as a 17-year-old, I knew exactly what those words were. I was afraid of the house. house felt like it had always been here. Even the swing set was older than my mother.
Crawling through the doggy door used to be a lot easier when I was 11.
And not pregnant. Something in there. Does that say? Chris's bird hunt. Kinda wanna try the front door, see if that opens too. Oh, there's a tennis ball hanging from the roof.
The power had been turned off the night we left.
Oh, well, let me go back out. I wonder if the front doors may be locked. You have to come this way.
For the first time in years,
2010, January. Okay, let me just look at the map. The family tree. Lewis till 2010. Dawn 2016. 2010. When did this game come out? 2016? So maybe Dawn's the only one. Oh no, she died too, 2016 obviously. Okay, so it's past 2016. Everybody dead. Except me, Edith, Milton, Lewis, Dawn, and Edie. Oh, is there fishing in this game? I hope so.
I felt like I was home. But instead of a family, there were just memories of one.
Oh. So Dawn is mother? Edie's grandma, I presume. Dawn, 2016. Edie, 2010. Living memory, Lewis Finch, 1988 to 2010. Beloved brother to Edith, son of Dawn. Guessed it. Great grandson to Edie. So Edie's great grandma. more as the noises old houses make. Finch Family Cemetery, 2141 Fireweed Road. LWOT. Probably just random. Creepy noises.
Like how only one restaurant would deliver to our house, so we had Chinese a lot. Or how after Louis started working at the cannery, we all got sick of eating salmon. Except our cat, Molly.
Yep, that's an old school cookbook. Quite like to get the power back on. It's a bit brighter in here. Find a flashlight. Hallway or dining room? Let's go dining room. Where's that? Seattle? I don't know. Seattle's got something like that. Barbara Finch, movie director. My Friend Bigfoot, released by something pictures. Barbara Finch in. Do you need glasses, Edith? Barbara Finch is fully darling something, and what picks up on something on her family's something camping trip.
The table was still a wreck from the night we left. It was like a bomb had gone off, killing everyone but sparing the furniture.
We left for where? Wait a minute. Can't see any patterns there. There might have been a year where a lot of people died, but it's only 2010 where 2 people. We should probably clean up. That raft reminds me of Stephen King's Creepshow. Short stories. One of them's called The Raft. Some tunes? No?
My mom was the only one of us who could imagine Great-Grandma Edie living in a nursing home.
Yeah, because your mom was probably the one that had to do all the work around her. It ain't easy being a carer. Okay, I think that's it for the dining room.
Nothing in the house looked abnormal. There was just too much of it, like a smile with too many teeth.
Definitely cluttered. Oh, they had a pet, little doggy. Looks like Great Grandma's chair. She liked to knit.
Even the fireplace had a story. Edie told me the bricks came from the original house, after it sank.
I'm gonna go out on the balcony. Ooh, I was given a key. I'll go there in a minute.
Great-Grandpa Sven built a music box for Barbara, along with the rest of the house.
So it looks like Mama was fixated with Bigfoot to some extent. It's a cool fucking house, man. These are obviously cool people. Book collecting, wind instrument playing, camping, canoeing, woodworking. Oh, a groovy soul. Was the front door open? That room's definitely not open. That was a weird ass lock. I'm trapped in the house.
My mom wasn't much of an optimist, but she never stopped believing that my brother Milton was alive.
Don't stop believing. I know November 2010. Wasn't there one in the cellar finished at January 2010? Not the cellar, in the garage. Edie Dawn, Milton Lewis, Edith. Edith, give me my mail. Give me my mail. I am Edith, right? I mean... yeah, everybody else be dead. Apart from Kay, Sanjay and Sven and Ingeborg. Don't know who they are. Partners, maybe? Oh, reminds me of Gremlins. Okay, definitely have to find something for that. Is that around the door? Ivory? Okay, let's try this door.
Mom always told me to stay out of the basement, so I wasn't too surprised when the key didn't fit.
Clever mama.
A lot of things got left behind in the whirlwind of that last night.
Damn it.
After Milton disappeared, Mom sealed up all the bedrooms. Then Edie retaliated and drilled peepholes.
Good old Edie. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Ooh, that's, I don't like that. Don't know why I don't like it, but I don't like it. Molly, 1937 to 1947. Damn, she only lived to be 10. What a pretty door. I think it would have been cool to be a Finch. It's an amazing house. We've only just entered it. Okay, let's see in here.
I spent a lot of time playing in Great Uncle Walter's room. I think my mom sometimes regretted not sealing it up. Lewis told me there were secret passages, but I never believed him.
Jules Verne. I don't think my key's going to fit that. Oh, okay, I was wrong. Why would you leave me that, Mama?
Turns out, my mom was really good at keeping secrets.
Oh, that's why she... Call Mum. The year 1866 was something by a bizarre development.
Now it was time to find out what my mom had been afraid of.
Wait, not quite yet. Let's Check out the rest of the floor first. I don't like to leave any stones unturned, as they say. A little night outfit. Okay, all the other doors seem locked actually. Who's that? That must be... I'm gonna go for... I guess it must be Odin. All the others look too old.
Edie's father, Odin, built the original house.
Look at that for a set of mutton chops. Oh, epic. Okay. Barbara lived till she was 16. Everybody died really young. Okay, we've got a wire here.
Whenever people ask me about my family, the first thing they always want to know about is Barbara.
Well, she was a movie director.
Mom must have locked the third floor stairs on the night we left.
Damn you, Mom. I can't tell what they are. Worms? Roots? Wait, they look like they're on a beach. I don't know what they are. It's a bit dark in here, you know. Oh, she went to Paris. Calvin and Sam. They're twins? Calvin 1950, Sam 1950. I guess they were twins. One lived to be 11. One lived to be 33. Whoa, whoa, Gregory. Damn, brother. You were barely with us. Okay, let's go through the secret passage.
From the paintings on the wall, it was clear my brother Milton had been here before me. Reading this, maybe it sounds like I had a plan.
Reading what? Reading what, Edith? Did I miss something?
But I had no idea what was behind that door. Just like I had no idea where all this was gonna lead.
Okay, she's speaking past tense, she's reading a journal or something. Never had one of those, I've always wanted one. I don't know why. I've always wanted one of those things as well with like a pane of glass with water that just continuously goes down them. I wish I could turn it around. Okay, there's the thing from the photo. She was wearing one of these little... I used to sell them at a party shop I worked at. Should have realised.
I grew up looking at Molly's room through the peephole.
Molly's gerbil had a tiny bedroom with its own even tinier gerbil cage.
That's so cool.
Being inside for the first time, I felt like I'd stepped behind a painting.
Oh, the Finch house is amazing.
I got the sense Edie had spent a lot of time here, before my mom sealed the doors.
Daddy. The dragon in the pond. Molly. Wait, is that a swimming trophy? Can't read it, hang on. Something institutional, 1946. Pent. Porter. Can't read it.
December 13th, 1947. Dear Diary, I'll be gone soon, but I wanted to tell somebody about what's gonna happen. It started when Mom sent me to bed without dinner. I woke up and I was starving, so I looked around for something to eat.
Oh shit, you play as the other family members. Oh, does that mean I've got... No, come on, I'm not gonna have to watch a 10-year-old girl die, right? I wanna fucking play the game if that's what I'm gonna have to watch. You can't eat a plastic pumpkin, you can't eat your gerbil. You can't eat your fishes. Actually, it won't let me get near them. Oh, there we go.
My Halloween candy was all gone.
Aww. You don't want to eat that.
The gerbil food was dry, but I didn't mind it.
No, Molly! Put it on Molly! No, Molly. Oh, Molly, what are you like?
Eat him, emoji angry face.
I ate the dirty rotten carrot. Oh no. No you didn't, Molly. Surely.
I thought about eating Christopher, but I held back.
Good girl. Good girl, Molly. door that's open
Do it.
here. I can't. Who's that? Who is that? Toad. Toady. If there's a toad, Toady, I'm gonna eat it. Don't know there. That does. Oh, that's the bathroom. She's got her own ensuite. She's so tiny. Oh,
I kept eating and eating.
We've all had a bit of toothpaste before. Oh, not that much, Molly! What the fuck? This girl creep. This girl's...
Then I heard chirping outside my window.
Hola Roman.
Hey, hello.
It was a barn swallow going back to her nest.
Who said hello? Let me just look. Daniela Morales. Hola. Hola, Daniela. ¿Cómo estás?
I reached out for her. And suddenly,
Eat it. Emoji angry face.
I was a cat.
Oh my god, I thought she jumped out the window. She's using her imagination.
I'm good, thank you.
I tried to be quiet, but the bird was really scared.
We maybe shouldn't chase it then, Molly. Let's be friends, little birdie.
I jumped and I almost got her. I could tell she was getting really tired. Now I was up in the big tree. I promised Dad I wouldn't climb it anymore.
Oh no!
All I cared about was eating that mama bird.
Please don't fall out the tree, Molly.
I gobbled her up. And suddenly, I was an owl. First,
Emoji happy tears, this is great.
Then I heard little teeth nibbling in the grass.
What the hell? I never expected this from the game, I've got to be honest. I thought it'd be like
Rabbits.
Gone Home.
face looking up and seeing mine through my talons.
Wascally wabbit.
I swallowed him up, and I didn't chew one bit. Then I flew off to find something bigger.
Well, Molly, you're a brave girl. One hell of an imagination.
A mama rabbit.
You can't kill a mama. Maybe we can.
She was almost too big to carry. I started choking, but I couldn't stop eating. And suddenly, I was a shark.
What? What the fuck?
This girl eats everything. Emoji happy tears.
Yarr. Yarr. What the fuck? Oh my god.
I rolled off a cliff and into the ocean. Now, I was hungrier than ever.
This is one hell of a dream, Molly. It's not the greatest dream ever.
WTH.
See, Toadie, you said
I
this would be
wanted
sleep
fat,
emoji.
juicy seeds. I tore off her flipper, and it tasted really good.
Damn, Molly.
Grabbed on tight. But I was so hungry, I jumped out of the water. When I opened my eyes, everything had changed.
Where am I now? Oh my god. Am I a snake or is that a tentacle? That's a tentacle. Or am I a snake? Maybe it's a snake. Kind of water serpent.
Now I was a monster, and I smelled people everywhere.
Yeah, that's a huge tentacle.
I was big, but I moved real
Emoji
quiet.
astonished face.
Hey, sir. Eat it, Molly.
I wanted to stop, but also I didn't.
she's a psychopath. Emoji crying loudly.
I mean, she died age 10, I think. Molly, let's see. Molly. Yeah, Molly only lived to be 10. Bottom left. Maybe she ate herself to death. What shall we do with the drunken sailor? What shall we do with the drunken sailor? What shall we do with the drunken sailor? Early in the morning. Put him in the bed with the captain's daughter. Put him in the bed with... Early in the morning. Look at this, you have full control over his tentacle. It's amazing. Look at the size of this thing.
After the last passenger, I was still hungry. And across the water, I smelled something new. Something I had to have, so I swam towards it.
Let's go, Molly.
I slithered onto the sand, and the good smell went into an old pipe.
Is this a toilet? Is this going to lead me to a toilet? Reminds me of a Stephen King novel or something, this. That looks very... That looked very toilet bowl shaped. Hey, I'm back in my room. This is my bathroom, right? Yeah, this is my room.
I got closer and closer.
You can't eat yourself, Molly.
All my stomach started growling. And suddenly, I was me again. I held my breath for a long time, but I couldn't hear anything. I think it's waiting for me to fall asleep. But it's not going to wait much longer. It needs to be, and we both know I will be delicious.
A bit of a shudder then. A few goose pimples popping out. Alright, Molly. Holy cow.
I'm not sure if I believed all of that, but I'm sure Edie would have.
Holy moly. Holy moly. A little bit disappointed I didn't try that door before I went into the bathroom, but I'm presuming it would have been locked.
I can't describe it, but I felt like some part of Molly was still here.
Under the bed, maybe?
What a lovely girl.
I know, man. I wish I had a little sister like that. Probably shouldn't be walking on this wooden lattice when you're pregnant, my dear. You don't want it to fall through, but I guess this is how we get into the next room. I think I checked everything in here. I just want to... I can't go back. Okay. Oh well.
This will be obvious later, but my mom never told me any of these stories. Edie would have, but Mom didn't like bringing up the past. Though, when we adopted a stray kitten, she was the one who named it Molly. I spent a lot of time in Great-Grandma Edie's room.
Can't say that I would have. This is a little bit creepy. What the hell? Should a snake in that one? Bob. Burpee. Fuck. You dare tweet at me. It's a photograph. Bob, Burpee. Burpee and Lurpee. Rob and Bob. Purpley. And Furpy? I wish I could crouch. I can't crouch, I don't think. No, none of the buttons crouch. Okay, great grandma Edie. What stories do you have to tell us? Mole man beneath the Finch house.
Edie gave a big interview about a mole man living under the Finch house. My mom was furious. I hadn't thought of myself as Edith Jr. for a long, long time.
Weird America, My Friend Bigfoot. Channel 9 Edith interview. Random junk. Edith Jr. Lake trip. A 75-year-old woman refuses to evacuate because of a little forest fire. Oh, that's the, this is this house, but without the extension built all the way up.
One summer, they evacuated the island, but Edie refused to go. For a few weeks, she was a celebrity. When Edie told people Sven was killed by a dragon, she could also have said he was building a dragon-shaped slide that collapsed. She could have, but she didn't.
Nice one, Edie. Oh well. Hey, they're the Snow White doors? Look like them. Hi-ho. Hi-ho. Hi-ho.
Even in her 90s, sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother.
Hi-ho. Hi-ho. It's off to work we go. Hi-ho. 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 Hi-ho.
Edie knit me a new pair of gloves every year, just in time to replace the old ones. Louis died a week before we left, but Edie had already started to memorialize him. Her room was like a museum.
Mm-hmm. Damn Skippy. I used to have one of
For
these.
500 years, the Finches have been famous throughout Norway for their fortune
I still one of these
and
little red
misfortune.
one. A load of Disney stuff, Transformers ones, Thundercats. How do I click to the next picture?
Odin Finch buries the latest victims of the family curse, his wife Ingeborg and their newborn son, Johan.
Oh, hang on. Okay, Ingeborg. I think she was. So they are the partners, I guess.
On January 7th, 1937, he set sail with his family and his house, hoping to leave the curse behind.
Oh, he took his whole house. Damn Odin.
But 40-foot waves off the coast of Washington send the house and Odin to the bottom of the sea. Odin's daughter Edie, with husband Sven and baby Molly, step ashore on their new home, Orcas Island. Odin Finch is the first to be buried in the new family cemetery. His daughter Edie is already dreaming of a new Finch house. Whatever's wrong with this family, it goes back a long ways.
Yep. Now I want one of those. I'm gonna have to go on eBay and try and get one. Player invited you to a community GTA 5 real life roleplay. Don't play GTA 5 anymore, but if I did, I'd definitely be interested in that. There's the extension to the house, poking up, like some sort of wizard's tower from a Disney movie. Oh god, just damn, okay. Was that? Were those birds there the first time before I zoomed in? That's the wall that's painted, okay. It's not an actual painting, I thought it was a painting at first. Okay, nice bathroom. You're everywhere, Toadie. You are everywhere. Every game I play mentions a toad.
The only trace Grandpa Sam's first wife Kay left on the house was the pink bathroom.
That looks like some kind of...
I'm guessing this family has a history of mental illness.
It was a pretty big trace.
I mean, I guess maybe not, I don't know. I don't know, man. I wouldn't be so sure. There's a secret in this bathroom by Sven and Edith Finch.
There's a secret in this bathroom.
Oh, pop-up books are amazing.
It's in the last place you would look. It isn't in the cupboard.
Why do you keep going backwards? Keep going forwards. There we go. No, go. There. Up.
It's hidden in this book.
Nice. Okay, no, don't go through yet. Don't go through yet. I hadn't finished looking around.
Sven gave Sam an old camera he'd refurbished. He never put it down.
Carpet in bathroom, Nuff said.
No, you've never seen a carpet like that. It might not look properly on I've seen carpets like that. I think it's just a bit too overstated. And I thought they were quite a modern thing, but obviously not. But
I have, and the owner was batshit crazy.
Calvin Finch. Let me just make sure I'm not going to... Did I check everything in there? Didn't I? Did I check that door? I didn't. I shouldn't be making this young pregnant girl. Okay, it's locked. They've been sealed with something weird, man. I don't know what it is. It's like the stuff you use in attic insulations. You spray it on as a liquid and it just solidifies really quickly. I mean, they can't all be crazy, can they? There's too many of them. And that Molly wasn't crazy, she was just a cool child with a great imagination. That Odin guy, a little bit nuts.
Genetic.
Yeah, it never hits everyone now.
Yet.
Never hits everyone. You find me one family where every member's crazy. Okay, whose room are we in? So I guess this is Calvin, yeah. Okay. There's a bit of a military man. He wanted to be a little soldier, a little astronaut. Oh wait, no, this is the twins' room, right? Sam and Calvin, I think. Wasn't it? Yeah, Fort Sam, Fort Calvin. They even roped it off, like. I used to have a friend who shared his room, and they had like a curtain down the middle. They split it with like a curtain. Sam Finch, most improved player. Whoa, 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 where are you going? Oh, no, let's not go back through there. Oh, he smoked! What the hell? He was... Oh no, one of them lived... Wait. Sam lived until he was 33.
Have you ever heard of the Bean Plan?
The Bean Plan? Nah, man. The Bean Clan, did you say? No, man. The only Bean I know is Mr. Bean. Okay, so Sam went into the Marine Corps.
Clan.
That's a lot of film.
They were all pretty crazy.
This is the coolest house I've ever seen. In real life or in fiction. Okay. Cobra Battalion Bravo Company. Samuel Finch for obtaining a 120%. A what? Can't have 120%. What are you talking about? 120% deportment grade in a third quarter of 1967 to 1968 school year. Aww. Sam, only lived, only got that tall. Looks like Kelvin kept coming back to mark his height.
I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin. And that he never talked about him.
Aww. To the command
I
center.
guess my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
Well, it must be hard to lose your twin when they're 10 years old. This is Calvin's story, okay. Oh my god, this is so cool. Did I miss anything before I go in there? That's definitely going to be one of those things like Molly's, isn't it? Ah, so many things from my childhood. Ooh la la. No. Let's go do the control center thing first. Leave it. Leave it. No, leave it. Okay. No, leave it. Leave it. Leave it. Leave it. Leave it. How do I? Has to be a way. I want to leave it. No, I don't want to go through. Come on, back out. Go into the control center. Or the command center, whatever it was called. Command center.
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch.
It's gonna be sad.
The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it. My brother said he'd die before he ate another mushroom. And he did.
Oh, there he is.
At Barbara's funeral, we swore we'd never be afraid again. And he wasn't. I think Calvin always wanted to fly.
Sam! Calvin! Dinner's ready!
I don't want to swing because I think it's gonna break.
But that day, he finally made up his mind to do it.
No.
I told him going around was impossible.
I want to stop. I should stop. I'm gonna stop.
Maybe if I hadn't said that.
Calvin! I'm not gonna tell you again!
Come in, Mom.
Maybe if the wind hadn't picked up,
Oh my god.
then maybe he'd still be here. But I doubt it. I think he'd already made up his mind. That's what I want to remember about my brother.
Guys, that's Calvin's cool. All the way over. Yes! That's enough, Cal. That's enough, Cal.
The day he made up his mind to fly. And he did.
Calvin's story felt strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing.
Dude, she shouldn't. That's crazy, because when I was doing that then, it was bringing back so many memories of when I used to do that shit. All of us used to do that down our local park. Some of the lads used to go all the way over, standing up on the swing. And then we used to fly off, but obviously we weren't doing it over a cliff edge. We just had grass underneath us. Oh man, I kinda want to be a kid again. Being a kid was awesome. Rest in peace, Cal. Agrescat and Pache, my brother.
After the funeral, Edie roped off Calvin's half of the room.
Mom said Grandpa Sam enlisted at 18 and never set foot in the room again.
Well, he clearly did. Your mama didn't know, but he came back. He came back for another... Oh no, okay, that was when he was 18 and he left for the army. Okay, I get it.
The passages were a pretty tight fit.
Well,
They'd obviously been built for smaller hands and bellies.
I was going to say, you are preggers, love. Just, probably shouldn't be... Shortcut back to Firelink Shrine. Why is that different? Better not break. You break now? No.
Growing up, I always thought of Barbara as a child star.
Oh, she was an actress, not a director. Introducing Barbara Finch, and starring Bill Bunton as Bigfoot. My friend Bigfoot. The nice ominous music, well not really music, but these low strings. Barbara Finch. How does R2 do? Get back in. I don't want to get back in. Sorry, Edith. Hey, big fella. It's a messy room.
I never thought about how hard it must have been for her afterwards.
Olive Twist, Alice in Wonderland. The Railway Children. God, that was so great. Masters of Cinema. Hey, you got 2 of those books. Oh, it was Seattle, I got it right, okay. I don't know what the tower's called, of like the spinning restaurant on top. I just remembered it being in Seattle. Happy birthday, Barbara. think there's one of those in the opening scene of Back to the Future. One of those cat clocks. It's a black one. Ah, Barbara. 16 years old. Well, you did better than Molly. The dreadful stories.
Of all the stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
Oh, cool, I get to read a comic. Whoa, whoa, hang on. Whoa, whoa.
Old Jack here with another ghastly tale inspired by America's most unfortunate family. I'm calling it The Surprise Ending of Barbara Finch.
That's too explicit.
As a child star, Barbara was famous for her scream.
Too explicit nods
Now
to
at
Stephen King's
16,
Creepshow.
she was all washed up. A has-been. But in a lucky break, she'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just the boost her career needed. Unfortunately, her scream hadn't aged well.
Getting better. I think you just need the right motivation.
Her biggest fan and current boyfriend, Rick, was about to demonstrate when...
Now that was a great scream.
It was Barbara's father, Sven. He'd slipped into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency room. So Barbara got stuck babysitting her youngest brother, Walter. Her convention comeback was cancelled.
Okay, I'm hearing frustration, but I'm not hearing terror. What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight. Police are urging residents to...
That came from the basement.
You're right! Also, I loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door locked?
Because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages. There's a key hidden in the music box. The secret is to keep winding and winding until finally the key pops out.
Thanks, babe. I'll be back in a sec.
20 minutes later, Rick hadn't returned. So Barbara went to look for him, right on cue. She reached for the music box.
Oh shit, I've got to do it.
And as she wound the key, she listened for Rick, but the house was silent.
The Halloween music. Are you kidding me? Bomb, bomb, bomb. It's like this game was made for me. This is pretty cool.
She found Rick's crutch and imagined the worst.
Better get out of my house. I've got a crutch. I ain't afraid to use it. seriously impressed if I close this with the crutch. Oh, okay, come on, come on. Okay, this game gets a 10 out of 10 just for that. By the lights. Okay, 10 out of 10.
The gang's leader is the infamous Hookman killer, Dr. Carl Hamill, who impaled and then ate his family 10 years ago tonight.
Stupid radio. Scare me like that. Oh, that's my brother. Is that Molly? That's Molly, is the owl. And Calvin on the swing. What the fuck is this, man? What the hell is that? It's a tree, it looks a body bag.
The old fridge rattled and grew still.
Oh, you bastard! I ain't gonna hit him. Oh, okay, I am.
Oh!
Rick?
Barb, relax. I was just trying to scare you to help you find your scream.
Well, I'm not
Rick,
scared,
you
Rick.
dick.
I'm furious.
Then act furious.
He's got a cast
All
on
I'm getting
his
from you now
left
is
foot,
that you're hurt and confused.
like Calvin
She
when I was
threw
on the
him
swing,
out,
right?
but she kept a little something to remember him by.
Can't be a coincidence.
Barb, have you seen my other crutch?
And she was still holding it when she fell asleep watching the late picture show. Hours later...
Barbara! Walter, what's going on up there? Ah! Okay, I'm coming up, but if this is a trick, we're dead, Walter.
No, let's not mess around this time. Your little brother's in trouble. Come on, let's go. Where's the stairs? Oh, they're here. Oh shit, it's actually Halloween. Walter, come in. If you look on those panels on the right hand side, it looks like somebody's looking at me from under a bed. Oh, Walter was the uncle with the cool fish room.
Walter,
So yeah, he's under there. Well, let me look to the left or right now.
Walter had vanished, but his bedside radio was still on.
Orcas Island police describe the man as 6 feet tall, with a steel hook for a hand. Residents are urged to lock all doors and windows and notify the police of any suspicious activity.
No.
Barbara turned, saw the hook man, and
Get him, Bob.
was speechless. He was quite smashing. And there he was. He couldn't get enough of Barbara.
Wait, I can get out
Okay,
of this
Barbara,
room.
there's gotta be another way out of here.
Yeah, through there. My bro's under the bed though, let's get him. Someone was looking at me under there. Stupid. Oh, I used to have one of these as well. Boing. Yeah, you can't knock away, but just keep getting back up. Good Bob.
That night, she played her part beautifully.
Close it. Molly.
She thought about abandoning Walter, but just couldn't
No,
do
you can't.
it.
Where is Walter now? He's in the bathroom. Walter, bro, are you under the bed?
Molly's door hadn't been opened in years. The hinges grow. He wasn't moving, but she sensed the story might not be over yet.
Oh, he's done a Michael Myers.
Had vanished. She listened for his breathing, but all she heard was... At the door, she heard whispering. It was coming from inside the house.
Bob.
Oh dear.
The monsters had come to surprise her. For Barbara, it was a dream come true.
What about the dude that fell over the...
She saw what kind of monsters they were, and she realized what was about to happen. She was going to be famous. And with her final breath, Barbara Finch gave the performance of her life. I wasn't there myself, but I hear Barbara was magnificent. Poor girl. She had a taste for stardom. But unfortunately, so did her fans. Of course, the police blamed it all on poor Rick, who disappeared the same night. And little Walter? Hiding under his bed the whole time. He took it all pretty hard, but that's another story. As for Barbara, tucked inside the music box is all they ever found of her. Her ear.
The fuck?
Now that's what I call a real eerie tale.
Edie told me all Barbara wanted was to be remembered, as absurd as that comic was. Maybe what Edie saw was a happy ending.
Okay, so I guess the our next port of call is the music box, which we've already used once, but now we know we can get a key from it. I think I've checked everything in here, so we're gonna have to go back this way.
That was a cool story.
That was pretty cool.
I guess now I know why Mom didn't like me playing with the music box.
That was really well done. When I first started, I thought, okay, this one's just going to be like a little cutscene thing, Then it gives you full control. Can't remember the last cartoon game I played like that. I think it was like 13 on the PS2. Reminded me of that. First person cell shaded. Okay. So don't stop this time, just keep going. I feel like this game has been made by somebody who is, if not my age, around my age. There's just so much in it that reminds me of my childhood when I was growing up. Gone Home was a little bit like that too. Life is Strange too, I guess. Makes sense. Okay.
Mom said the basement was off limits, unless I wanted another tetanus shot.
Don't think you need more than one. Once you've had your tetanus, you're good to go.
I saw Edie sneak down to the basement once, carrying packages.
Okay, I guess we'll go the way we went. Where's the punch? Is that the punch bag? That's the punch bag here. That was here there before.
I thought maybe she was hiding presents.
It turned out she was hiding a lot more than that. I remember asking Mom once about where Walter had gone. She said after Barbara died, he got as far away as he could. If there's a pattern in all these stories...
Guilt? I was just thinking it seems like everyone, all the stories have got like some guilt around them. Walter watched his sister, didn't help her, he was hiding. Calvin left his brother on the swing, didn't get him off. Molly, I guess, I'm wondering if I'd have tried a bedroom door, maybe it was locked. So that's why she went out the window. Thinking, I don't know, let's see, what is the pattern? This is a hell of a lot of food.
I think it's that none of us has gotten very far.
Okay. Oh, no way! Not Games Workshop paints. They are. Citadel. Well, they're the same kind of size pots and stuff. City's using them on trains. And I used to
Why
paint
are you checking all families' story?
I used to paint space orcs. Why am I checking all families' story? Wait, who is that? Daniela. I'm not really sure. I mean, you start the game on a ferry to the island where the house is, and you've just got this journal with you. And as you can see, every member of the family's already dead. Everybody's dead except me at the top there, Edith. So I guess it's the story of Edith's family and ancestry. She's come home, she's pregnant, and that's basically all I know. Not really sure why. It's like Walter liked to travel, or at least get postcards from somebody who travelled.
Goodbye, everyone. I can't believe I've been down here for 30 years. On that first day, after the shaking started, I didn't think I'd survive a week. But after a few days, I settled into a routine. That's what kept me sane. Having a schedule, living for today. I always expected to be dead tomorrow.
Peaches from the can. 1976.
But if you wait long enough, you get used to anything.
And from soul, from Motown to disco. Let's look at the top there. It's 4 postcards. I presume they'll get longer as we go along.
Even a monster on the other side of the door starts to feel normal. Almost friendly. And then one day, everything just stopped.
He's got liver spots on his arms. It's getting old. Oh, there was no earthquake.
Whatever that thing was, it was gone. Maybe it got tired of waiting. Or maybe I just got tired of being afraid. It's been a week now, the longest in 30 years. I'm done waiting. I have to leave while I still can.
Wait, what's that? Alvin. Simon Theodore. Do, 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 do.
I know it's out there, somewhere.
Alvinos. Extra crispy. Oh.
Whatever killed Barbara. and Calvin. Maybe this is all a mistake. But I need to stop living the same day, even if it kills me. Whatever's out there, I want you to know I'm ready for it. I'm going to appreciate all of it, especially the food. I don't mind if I only have a year left. Or a month. Or a single week.
Just get off the tracks, bro.
I'd be happy with one new day. I can already imagine the sun on my face.
Ay. Saw it coming, brother. I couldn't get you off the tracks, brother.
Walter died when I was 6. I can't believe my mom never told me he was down here.
It's sad that apparently all the members of the family had some kind of regret.
Yeah. I think... I mean, the first one's still confusing me, Molly. Be careful, Edith. You know what,
Maybe
I really
she
don't
was
want
afraid I'd end up like Walter.
I don't want Edith to die. I've only just met her, but...
But if she never told me about an uncle under the house...
No games developer would kill a character. No games developer would kill a character that was pregnant, right? I don't think they'd do that, honestly. I'm feeling kind of safe.
I can only imagine what else
I was
she was
just
hiding.
thinking that.
If she wasn't pregnant, I think maybe, but...
I don't want to make the same mistakes she made.
I can't see any dev doing that.
Trying to bury something that's still alive.
Not even like David Cage or... Nah, I think we're safe. I think we're safe with Edith.
Now that there's only one of us left. Or maybe 2.
Oh, maybe 2. Yeah, maybe 2. Definitely.
I thought it was time I heard the stories for myself. And found out what happened to everyone else. But now I'm worried the stories themselves might be the problem. Maybe we believed so much in a family curse, we made it real.
Oh, I'm pregnant. Why don't I go back home to where all my family died mysteriously?
I mean, there you go. There's the answer to why she's back. Her mother never told her the truth about anybody. There must have been some shame. She covered it all up. This is a beautiful game, you know. I mean, there's a few games that tell stories really well, but I don't think any I've played have ever told one like this is telling it. There's that Rafter game. It just reminds me of that Stephen King Creepshow episode. If you've not seen it,
I agree.
It's on YouTube, I think. Just Creepshow The Raft, if you've never seen that. Well worth a watch. Okay, let's go.
I don't know if I should even be writing this. Maybe it'd be better if all this just died with me.
motion sensors. Okay, I was worrying then. But that's a bit
But I thought you
supernatural.
should know about your family.
It's probably motion sensors.
I'm sure she's doing this for her child's sake.
Yeah,
And the
right,
history
in the journal,
you're a
right?
part of.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, you're right. Hey, you got that right on. Looks like she's writing it for a child. Let's just take a second to relax by the rolling sound of the water. That's the back of the house. Still a lot that we haven't explored in the house. Now, where should I go? Should I go that way, towards that? Should I go back to the house? And why did the subtitles disappear up here? Okay, thought maybe she's gonna crawl through there. I'm gonna go up this way.
Though to be honest, I feel as lost as you probably do right now.
You know what? She's dead, isn't she? She's had the baby and then died. Yeah, this is a journal that she's written after this event, obviously.
Is she afraid she'll die an untimely death as well?
Yeah, I think she's definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's died and she's written this beforehand. This is maybe the kid reading through it.
I think the people in these stories believed them, for what that's worth.
Yep.
This is basically just a longer version of all the little shorter versions that she's doing. That's really cool.
History of imagination and stubbornness and madness. Any of it seems possible. I think we've been surrounded by death for so long, we've just gotten used to it. What kind of family finishes building a cemetery before starting the house? It's embarrassing for me to admit this, but the pet cemetery made me more uncomfortable than the human one.
That's this game's hitting the feels, man.
Kara H vs Venure 2 at Hansamig.
I'm sorry, I don't understand. Let me just read that comment. 2 seconds. Daar was. Kara vers Venure to our Hansamig.
Three of the gerbils are mine, and
Lol.
2 had been my fault.
This has got I've got a Norwegian. We've already seen a Norwegian flag. Ingeborg down there was, and Odin is Norwegian in this. I think, anyway. I think it's a Norwegian flag. Red with blue cross. Oh, it might be Danish actually. I'm not sure. Derpy Junior. Burpy, chirpy, furpy, lurpy, zerpy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Zoe, Coco, Tucker, Charlie, Daisy, and Lissy. Oh, Lissy's the dog. She didn't speak up.
Sven built the house, but it was Edie who designed the cemetery.
There's the owl wing. Oh, look at that. There's little Walter walking through to meet his doom at the train. Damn man, this game is really fucking cool. Barbara, you were a star. So how many stories do we have left? Let's just have a little look here. We haven't done Sam yet, or Dawn, that is my mom I think. Gregory and Gus, we don't know who they are yet. Milton's my brother, Louis is my other brother I think. Well yeah, obviously, so they're in the same branches as me. So Gus is our father and Gregory must be his brother I guess. Uncle Gregory.
I'm sure Odin's monument had been Edie's idea. My mom was always trying to move on, but for Edie the past never went away.
There was a telescope down here I think, yeah.
She could see it poking out of the water at low tide.
Is that the wreck of the old house?
Edie said she dreamed about the old house every night.
Okay. I'm not sure if we go back to the house if we can open any more doors. I don't think I picked up any new keys or anything. Just be careful, you. Sure there'll be something on the way in. It's not left me stuck once
Edie's
yet,
side
so.
was always easier for me to understand. But the older I get, the more I can see where my mom was coming from. Her dad had been pretty strict, but it wasn't enough to save her brothers. She was just trying to do better. She lost 2 of her brothers, just like I did. I get why she tried so hard to protect us.
Milton.
We never found Milton's body, so my mom insisted we were putting up a monument, not a tombstone.
It's my brother's birthday. May 19th. That's fucked up.
There's so many things I wish I could ask my mom now. Part of me thinks this is what she wanted all along. For me to come back someday and find everything out for myself.
Just be careful.
But looking back on it now, if she told me there was going to be so much climbing, I never would have come when I was 22 weeks pregnant.
Nice one, Edith. Just hurry. Piss around. Go, 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 go. You're safe. Let's not walk on the glass. Oh, there's a lot of that.
I never met Grandpa Sam, but I think he and my mom had a lot in common.
Okay.
They were both pretty intense.
A little shrine to Calvin. And both of them together. The soldier and the spaceman.
Sam spent his life shooting photos, but Mom said he got nervous being in front of the camera. I guess we're all afraid of something.
Got a lot of medals. Guess we need to find a way to unlock that, and I presume the answer to that will be in his story. So let's have a little look around first.
Instead of hiding from death, Sam seemed to go out of his way to meet it.
Oh. Edith Finch. I wonder if that's, oh, that must be the woman in the photograph over there. Airline ticket. Oh, she left him. I presume. Let's hear his story. Close the door first? No? Okay. I like the cold breeze. Yeah, there's a wedding ring as well in the middle. Damn, Sam. You didn't have much luck.
Dawn, I promise, you'll never forget this weekend.
Yes, sir.
These memories are gonna last a lifetime.
Hmm? What? Am I gonna have to shoot anything?
It's a hunting trip, Dawn. Shooting is strongly encouraged.
It's too early, Dad.
Perfect.
It's gonna rain the whole weekend, isn't it?
Okay, I'm quite wary that there could be something really cool on this one. Like some hidden Easter eggs or something. I know I'm not going to see Bigfoot, but maybe we'll see something. Wabbit season. The Duwamish Trail. The Satan Trail. I guess that's how we call.
I will never
Smile,
forget
Dawn.
this weekend, Dad.
Sure
That's
you
the
won't.
spirit. Okay, got it.
I'm gonna take some pictures, okay?
Just
Okay.
be careful. That camera's older than you are.
You're right, Dad. It's starting to clear up. Still freezing, though.
Definitely should not have drunk all that coffee. Nothing quite like being outside.
Hold still while I take a picture of you.
I definitely won't be moving.
Oh,
Are you
wait.
done yet?
Okay, I'm
Does
here
it
now.
sound like I'm done? Oop.
I'm like, who's this strange guy? But I'm doing now, yeah. I thought she maybe had a camera too. That's one hell of a long pee, Dad. I'll take a picture of the bird while you finish.
Aw.
You done, Dad?
Hey!
That's a keeper.
I'm just saying, I'm not always gonna be here, Don. You'll need to remember this
Don't
stuff
say that.
if you want to survive.
I'll be fine, Dad.
You know who else thought he was gonna be fine?
Some guy who died.
Don, I'm being serious.
I know, Dad. You're always serious. Doesn't being out here make you want to chill out?
Well, to tell you the truth, I haven't been out here in 20 years. Last time I was with my brother Calvin. Man, that was a great trip. Your grandpa Sven taught us how to fish, how to build a fire. We found an old logging trail. There were deer everywhere. I bet if I could remember where that trail was, we'd spot a buck for you in no time. Give me a minute to check the map.
Dad!
Good eyes, Don. Before you take the shot, let me get a picture of you.
Don't kill it. Don't teach her to hunt. Stupid Grumpy Sam. Where is she? No.
Dad, I...
Don't do it.
Just breathe. Turn off your imagination. Focus on your target. Let me get behind you.
Do I have to do this?
No, you don't.
Don, you don't have to do anything.
Well said,
But if
Don.
you want to survive, you'll need to be strong.
No, that's not well said. She could eat. No, look, it's a beautiful, majestic creature.
Now keep yourself squared up, elbows down, like we practiced. Whenever you're ready.
Don't do it, Dawn. Don't do it.
Great shot, Don.
Evil bastard. Look at her. You're gonna take a photo? I'm not taking a photo of my crying daughter with the carcass of a dead deer. Come on, game, don't make me do this. What if I just leave it? Let's see. I'll leave it 30 seconds.
I'm proud of you, Don. Always remember that, okay?
Oh no, it's on a timer. That's an asshole.
Sorry, Don. Just gotta reset the timer.
You're an asshole, bro.
Dad, it's twitching. I think
That's
it's
totally normal, Don. Just focus on the camera. Try not to think about...
Dad!
Oh my god. Oh my fucking god. Fuck.
Of all these stories, that's the one I wish most that my mom had told me.
Fuck. No way. Okay. Didn't see that coming. Kinda glad. Yay stag. Yay for the stag there. When you first come into the game at the beginning, there's a stag on the pathway as you walk towards your house. Maybe he's part of that stag's family tree. Okay. Unlucky, Sam. Unlucky.
That was unexpected.
Totally. Unlucky, Big Sam. Okay. So this is our way out. Wait. There's I'm thinking maybe now it can tell me something about the plane ticket? No. So I guess Kay left him, or she would probably have been on that trip with him, right? So I think she did leave. Yeah, and the wedding ring wouldn't be there either if he just died. Let's use this envelope to order reprints and enlargements. Okay.
After Sam died, my mom and Edie got really close. They'd both lost a lot.
God, my PlayStation's really loud. I just lifted my headphones off for a second. This is one of those, yeah, these were cool. You press all the different ones, and I had something like that when I was a kid. I had pretty much everything in this game. What the hell was that? What was that? That's a picture of a baby, right? It's not a... Yeah. Pac-Man. Frogger. This is the one that died at age 1. Jesus Christ. Tinker Troy.
I can't imagine my mom ever writing poetry, and yet...
13. A poem for Gus. Ready, set, dead. Is that an actual book? When someone you love becomes a memory, the memory becomes a treasure. Race flag 7:30, breakfast 8, quiet time 11, duties. Okay, so these are Sam's kids, obviously. Dawn definitely. I guess Gus and Greg were maybe already dead. Gus, mop, mow yard, Greg, beer baby. Routine, jump rope, jumping jacks. Damn. He pushed his kids hard. Climbing wall. I guess that's the way out of here. Okay, let's go see the story of Sam's kids. No playing outside without permission, no answering the door for strangers, no messes after dark, all chores before dark, respect others. Why have they all got their own light switch? Jesus, this guy was a bit full ball. So Dawn left. I was going to say she cleared out her locker. She got her ass out of here. So maybe we'll find her story. I guess her story mixes in with Sam's, right? Wait. Where's Dawn? Dawn's one of the last ones to die, 2016. In fact, she was the last one to die. What's that? 30, 46, 48 years old. Sanjay, we saw the gravestone for Sanjay, so I wonder if that's Dawn's husband, maybe. I guess we'll get their story later. Right now, we will get the story of Gregory and Gus. Okay, Gregory. I hope this isn't too sad. How can it not be sad? A lawsuit has been filed against you. You have 20 calendar days after the summons is served on you to file a written response to the blah blah blah, phone call blah blah blah. Okay, there's no details in there, it's just legal stuff.
Dear Kay, do you remember the way Gregory used to laugh when he thought he was alone? Like something funny was happening, but only he could see it. I think he saw things the rest of us don't.
Shake the toad. Toady, shake the toad. Okay, so What the fuck? I wonder if I could have... Oh, I'm the frog now.
Watching's over, Gregory. It's time to...
Mom.
Hold on, sweetie.
No, you don't leave a 1-year-old in the bath.
Monka W.
You don't leave a 1-year-old in the bath.
Sam, I told you I don't want to talk right now.
I wonder what he saw.
Oh shit! I can make it jump. R2 makes it jump. I can burst the bubbles.
He reminded me so much of Calvin.
Oh my god.
Lost in his imagination. Whatever it was, he saw. Sure made him happy. Worried about a baby being too happy. But I could feel her slipping away.
Sorry about that, Gregory.
I know you did everything you could.
It's the best bath I've ever had.
Maybe if I hadn't called that night.
Wait, why would you seriously stop leaving your 1-year-old baby in the fucking
Mom,
bath?
I don't want Gregory to hear this.
Really? I'm 1. I can't understand you. What am I in control of here? Oh, the frog still.
I wish he could have told us.
No.
About the world he saw.
Wait. Turn it off. Turn it off, frog. No. Oh my god.
About Gregory. About everything.
He drowned in the bath.
This is bad.
Now I'm the toad.
I know what happened wasn't your fault.
Yeah, pull the plug out. What am I thinking? Pull the plug out.
I'm sure he's happy. He'd want you to be happy too.
Oh no, man.
Good luck, Kay.
That's
Love,
fucked
Sam.
up. That's fucked up.
He's a roadie. Toadie.
like that one.
This is the kind of game that you start with all the good attitude and end up thinking about your own existence.
Yep. I mean, you have to credit them for it. Some people say you can't tell story with game. If anybody ever says that to you, just show them Edith Finch, man. Okay, Gus. He's holding what looks like a kite in both photos. Well, that's a string,
Yeah.
obviously. And this is on like a kite string. So I guess we're going to have some kite-related story. And there's the wind, representing the wind. Some headphones on the end of the bed. Unplugged. Punk music, maybe? Let's see. I just want to figure out that last one.
A poem for Gus, who always said the wedding was a bad idea. Our father never hit us kids, at least not very hard, before the day my brother said with teenage disregard that he'd be dead before he'd see a wedding in our yard. My father made him come, of course, but Gus stood far apart, just flew his kite and bottled up the storm inside his heart. I tried to talk him out of it, but though he'd never met her, we don't need a stepmom were the words that I
now
remembered.
pronounce you husband and wife.
I'm not. How's the wedding?
When the time for photos came, Dad ordered him to come here. But Gus declined, and as a sign held up his middle finger.
Gus was punk, man. See the little spiky wristbands he's wearing.
The wind picked up, and panicked geese appeared and quickly went. But all the humans did that day was go inside the tent.
Rain came down in buckets then, but no one seemed afraid that nature might destroy the tent our dad had crudely made. Thunder sounded much too close and full of angry power. But all my father said to this was, "Make the music louder." I wish that I could truly say I thought about you on that day. Out there on the beach alone, just you, the wind, the sea, and foam. But I didn't, until we found you.
She never talked about him, but Mom told me once if I was a boy, they were going to name me Gus.
How do I get out of here? Oh, there was climbing wall.
My mom moved up to the loft after her brothers died. At the time, it was as far away as she could get. Religion was another thing my mom never talked about, but I think it helped her a lot after her dad died.
Okay, so Dawn didn't go too far. Guess we're gonna get Dawn's story here. Call Mom and Grandma once a week. Oh, she's a good kid. Wait a minute. Is that a photo of... Oh, I don't know if I can get back in there. Oh! I could get back in there. I'm going to check on the way back through. That looks like maybe it wasn't a photo of him and his wife in that room. Him and his girlfriend. It might have been him and his daughter. Sam. Some kind of volunteer work or aid worker. Luke 10:25. I don't know what that passage of the Bible is because I'm an atheist, but kinda wish I did. Places to visit: Jodhpur, Red Fort, and Taj Mahal. Dawn and Sanjay. So he died too because his gravestone's in the garden, in the cemetery.
She spent a summer building houses in Calcutta, where she met my dad, Sanjay.
Of course, of course. I've just been going through this, forgetting that Dawn's my mother. Oh, which way? I guess this way.
My mom moved to India a week after graduation and got a job teaching English. Louis was born a year later. When my dad died, I don't think Mom knew where else to go. I'm sure Edie was happy to have her back. And to see kids in the house again. The house had to get a little bigger, but Edie was used to that. And for a while, things were good. Almost normal.
It just made me think of something. There was a closet downstairs in one of the rooms with like a lock on it. I was wondering if I could get in it, but I guess you can't. No, it's rules. Buzzing sound. Is it a light? It's been a light.
But it didn't last.
It's my project. Scientific method. I had a guy in the stream earlier called scientific method. Scientific something method, I think. SPM. SMP even. Scientific method. Scientific method perspective? Can't remember his name. To teach and to learn. Edith Finch. 7 ways to create a fulfilling classroom. Okay, so Mum was a teacher. Hundreds of relief volunteers are injured or dead after the effects of a second earthquake. Wonder if that means my dad died in that. Okay, looks like some kind of... Okay, I guess my dad did die in that. Saw a friggin' orb float past. I swear I did. Unless I'm completely tripping. There it is.
The beginning of the end was Milton's 10th birthday, when Edie gave him a castle.
I mean, I'm all for letting your kids have adventure, Edie, or your grandkids I should say, or your great-grandkids actually. Maybe don't give a 10-year-old a castle, what, 70, 100 feet up in the air? Maybe a bad idea. Just saying. 10-year-old's gonna 10-year-old, you know? That's how they do. that a door handle? I guess. I mean, these weren't done by a 10-year-old. Were they? Nah, mate. Maybe. What's it say? Teenagers take notes, maybe? Milton. 1992. Where's Milton? 1992 to 2003. 11. This kid was a talented 11-year-old. Milton Finch in The Magic Paintbrush. I was just thinking, when we were downstairs, the yellow and black. Okay, maybe we're going to do what I was thinking. I was thinking maybe we were going to paint that building, that little model of the like village or whatever it was. Let's see, let's go Milton.
Milton Finch in The Magic
Oh, it's a flick book. Is it a flip book? I think it's a flip book. Yep. Oh, I still love making these. Flick book within a flick book. Paint the door. Go through it. There you go, son. Voila. I love flick books.
I was 4 when Milton disappeared.
Well, maybe he's not dead. Maybe we'll have one nice surprise at the end. I want to play it again. Ugh. Okay, we've got one, at least another 2 rooms, maybe 3.
Mom spent months searching for my brother. Then she sealed the doors. Whatever Milton had found in the house, Mom didn't want it getting out. Mom definitely blamed Edie, but I think Lewis blamed himself.
I would have blamed Edie.
After he graduated, he just spent more and more time in his room. Until Mom got him a job at the cannery.
It's really cool, but again, build your 10-year-old's castle ground level. Just saying. I mean, I'm not a parent, but That would seem like a sensible parenting.
Lewis's room smelled very, very familiar.
Weed?
That part of him lived on.
Oh. What are you doing? Get in there. Yeah, weed. My brother. It's like a cross between a PlayStation and a Super Nintendo. Super Nintendo shaped pad but with dual shocks. PlayStation shaped console but with a cartridge slot. They are PS1 memory cards, 100%.
He was so proud of being Indian. I think for him, it was a way to be something other than just a Finch.
Okay, well, who's this Lewis? Our last brother, 88 to 2010. So you went 22. Ish. Getting his bowl on. Got a little pipe like that. Theodore's Quality Cigars. Yep. We know which part of them you were using, my friend. Trust Me, Through the Looking Glass, Faust, Treasure Island, Tess of the D'Urbervilles, the classics, man. Oliver Twist. You like the classics?
Pirate copies, lol.
They're books.
My man.
Oh no, they're not. Wait, what are they actually? Because I'm pretty sure Wuthering Heights. Is there a film of Through the Looking Glass? I don't think so. I don't know. Maybe it was Peter Pan.
Burned to DVD. Audiobooks I do know.
Maybe there are films of all those. Actually, I think Faust is a film. They probably made films of them all. They'd be really old though, like Through the Looking Glass.
He's a pirate.
Yarr. Well, he lives in a
My
boat.
man.
He lives in a boat. My man too. Let's hear his story. In a letter to his mother. Our mother, I should say.
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Lewis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse. Newly sober, I believe Lewis first noticed the monotony of his daily life. He kept working at the cannery.
Bloody fish factory.
But he withdrew part of himself. In our sessions, I saw the same behavior.
Come on, dude. Gotta be quicker than this.
His mind began to wander.
Oh, what the hell? Oh my god, left stick is the man. Right stick is the hand. Okay. This is, okay, this is weird. This is actually quite difficult.
I asked him to describe it. He said he started small. Imagining a labyrinth. He'd feel his way about.
I'm like a wizard.
Then something moved. Bats. And toads.
Fucking toads everywhere. They follow me around.
Yeah.
And things that have not names.
Dragons.
He knew it was all in his head.
Oh my god, what the...
But he took
So
it very
confusing.
seriously. I had hoped he'd find himself. But he found something more.
Shit, it's gone isometric now.
I worried about him then. Daydreaming at the cannery. I spoke with his boss. But he said Lewis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless, focused. Like a whole new Lewis. So I let him go on.
The toads have always been there. You've only just begun to notice.
We've only just begun.
I even encouraged him. It seemed very promising at first. He told me he'd made a new friend.
Hey doggy. Come with me.
On the edge of a city he named Lewis Topia.
Oh.
He built the city up slowly, brick by brick. Then he made musicians.
What a fucking game. I have to know who made this game. Like, who's the brains behind it.
And songs for them to play.
And as soon as they make anything else, I'm just gonna buy it. I feel bad I've not paid
He
for
talked
this.
about starting a band. And he was always humming something.
Bum, 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 bum.
Every day his imagination grew stronger. He no longer spoke at the cannery. But his chopping was as reliable as ever. Then one day it struck him that all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet,
This was me Pepe Hands.
were all in his imagination. So he could do whatever he wished.
Yeah, I think a lot of us can relate to this, man.
He held an election for mayor.
Having some shitty job.
And he won.
A bit of Mario at the end there.
They begged him to stay, but his mind was already wandering. It became a game for him.
Damn, man. This is fucking really impressive, man. This. Okay, let's go.
He'd conquer a city, then immediately push on. New Louisville. St. Louis. He started drifting away from our reality. Minneapolis. Until one day he forgot to go home from the cannery.
Excuse me.
Even as his mother pleaded with him, part of Louis kept sailing on.
Minneapolis. Mom! I'm not coming home.
In Louisburg, he heard rumors of a
handsome queen?
Handsome queen.
Lost my focus a little bit then.
The queen was on her own quest for
radiant rainbows, of course.
Radiant rainbows.
Up above the world and houses, rainbows flying high. Louis knocks them over
Followed the sound
one
of
by
her.
one. Silver harp.
Silver harp. His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon. Even then, his logic remained sound. He knew the world was all in his imagination. But he was so proud of having created it. In his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king. For someone who'd never known success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming. And then it struck him that the real Louis was not the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace. My imagination is as real as my body, he told me. It was hard to argue with him.
Okay. You know the really clever thing about that was how they constructed it all. So at first it was really confusing because you got that tight little maze, and like you feel like you can't control them both, and then they slowly open it out to make the left stick stuff a lot simpler. So it feels like you're actually, you know, you are getting that robotic movement going and sort of naturally. It's really cool. Bravo. Oh, well, we know which one my locker is.
He began to forget the world we know.
Hey, don't forget your game DS, boy. God, imagine working somewhere like this.
I think it pained him to remember Louis, the cannery worker.
Hard living. Hard living. Oh wait, I've got... Okay, look at my I'm actually wearing the King's gear that I was in the fantasy, so I'm still in the fantasy. Nice, I like it.
He began to despise the man with a royal contempt.
Mr. Finch. This is the boss man. Hey Finchy. You should grab the fish, bro.
I still thought I could save him. Even after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder.
I'm the king.
The palace would be packed with his companions.
Oh no, here it comes.
Including the wise Calico who'd insisted on advising him.
This is going to hurt.
His queen waited, holding his crown.
LOL.
There was only one thing left to do.
Public execution.
Bend down his head.
Oh no.
Embrace it. Oh, we saw that crown up there.
And the rest I think you know. Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
Oh man, remember when I was in the cemetery? We saw that on top of his gravestone. I looked at it, I was trying to figure out what it was. It was his crown.
My brother was really cool. I wish you could have met him.
He was really cool. So, what, suicide maybe? At work? Oh, hello.
Lewis and I spent a lot of time playing games together, but he was surprisingly bad at them. He died a lot.
Oh, that's like my mate Toady. He's a bit like that. Why didn't the lady speak
On the way
that comment?
back from Lewis's funeral, my mom told me to start packing.
Let me just read that comment that the text lady didn't speak. Okay, that's why. That's why she did.
She waited until the day before we left to tell Edie.
Stunned silence.
I'm not sure if she wanted to make it easier or harder. I wish we'd stayed. But I understand why we left.
Leaf rubbings, man. Remember those from primary school? Damn. I wonder why Milton was... I guess because she never found Milton's body.
My mom ended up leaving everything behind.
Pop up. O God, you have called your servants to ventures of which we cannot see the ending, by paths as yet untrodden through perils unknown. Give us faith to go out with good courage, not knowing where we go, but only that your hand is leading us and your love supporting us, through Jesus Christ our Lord. Amen.
Emoji folded hands.
Well done. Thank you for praying with me.
What happened that night had been coming for a long time. Maybe it should have come sooner.
Wait. Okay, we're doing Mum. We've got Mum or Edie, the last two, and then me, Edith. Look at this, we've got a little bit of everything here, I think. Wait. The kite from Gus. I think this here is a paper toad for Gregory. Oh no, it's another bird, I guess. It's just a bird's perched. I thought it was a toad. The stars for Calvin, I was going to say.
But it had to end one way or another. All that's left now is to tell you about that last night.
Oh, what? Okay, maybe they all went together. I did say they all went together, actually. Okay, so we got Calvin. I guess that's
Mum.
That's Dawn coming back to get Lewis. Yeah, her mum Edie. Her mum is Dawn. So Edith's mum is Dawn there, 1968 to 2016. And then Edie down the bottom is the great grandmother. I think that's maybe Molly as the tentacle thing that was eating people on the boat at the beginning, when I thought the game was going to be all kind of light-hearted. I guess that's her too. Oh, there was one of those on her bed. I've just remembered. She had one of those on her bed, Molly did. This is twice I've seen this book now. I'd be interested to know how many of these stories are based on Norwegian folk tales. I'm going to do quite a bit of research into this game when I finish. I especially want to know if they've made anything else. Okay, so that's us three. Edith, Dawn, Mom and me, I guess. And I guess that's Mom and me. And these are the things from Lewis's fantasy just. We're cheering him onto the guillotine. As for those, there he is. There's the stag that killed Grandpa Sam. There's the bloody toad again. Fancifully folded, so origami, nice. Paper crafting. There's Kelvin's space helmet. And I've forgotten whose paintbrush. Milton. Milton's paintbrush. Nine lives. Was it 9? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, there's more than 9. Okay, let's do it.
That whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word. Until supper, when she raised her glass and said,
"To our final night together, and all our final nights apart."
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very
Edith,
specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open it? The grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
The power had been shut off that morning, but Edie always had plenty of candles. When my mom sealed the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance. Or that Edie had a key to it.
You should know more about bloody fire safety. I'm not leaving that candle next to that bloody curtain. Yeah, blow it out, or take it with you. Well, we know the house doesn't burn down anyway, so we're pretty groovy.
That thing you're afraid of isn't going to end when you leave the house. Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your stories. I think it's best if Edith and I leave tonight. We'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning. Okay?
Dear Edith, there's so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born. That night, the tide went way, way out.
Are we going to the old house? We are.
It was the first and last time I ever saw the old house aground. There'd been an earthquake out in the middle of the ocean. They called it the lowest tide in 1,000 years. God, it smelled awful. I've seen that house every day of my life. But I never thought I'd go back to it. When the fog rolled in, I lost my way. I got turned around. For a while, I wandered. I started seeing things. Things I'd forgotten had ever existed. But when I saw them, they felt like old friends. That night, a lot of things came back to me. Or maybe I came back to them. Things I can't explain, but that I need you to try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here?
It's mine.
Mom.
Edith!
Mom, you're gonna rip it. Let go!
Get off!
I kicked and screamed, but Mom dragged me to the car. I never saw Great-Grandma Edie again.
Bye, Granny.
The next morning, the van came to pick her up, but she was already gone. After that, we moved around a lot.
I even get to control.
We both tried to make the best of it. A few years went by. My mom didn't like to talk about it. But she started getting sick a lot. The rest happened pretty quickly.
Jesus.
She got better for a while, and then she didn't. And then I was alone. The last Finch left alive. Until I found out about you. I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this. If we lived forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things. But as it is, I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes. And appreciate how strange and brief all of this is.
Wait, oh my god, I'm her baby. Let's go.
This journal was supposed to be for you.
Yep.
But now I hope you'll never see it.
No,
I just want to meet you.
You're gonna...
And tell you all these stories myself.
You're gonna... I'm coming to you, Mom.
But I guess if you're reading this now, things didn't work out that way.
Oh, she died in childbirth. Oh, fuck.
This is where your story begins. I'm sorry I won't be there to see it. It's a lot to ask, but I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all. Good luck.
New house.
I don't know what to say. What a game. What a fucking... Like, I don't know. It's just... I can't fault it anywhere. It's like...
This was a great story.
It's literally a 10 out of 10 for me like that. I'm flabbergasted that I've never, like, seen it, played it, been told to buy it. And I'm super appreciative that Sony gave it to us for free, because it's something that I might never ever have bought, and I kind of feel a little bit ashamed that I've not paid for it. And some of the shit I've paid money for, whatever these guys do next, if they make another game, I'm just gonna buy it. In gratitude for this one. That was something special. I played some pretty good story-based games, but that was hands down the best. The execution, the variety, how it never feels novelty. You know, it never feels like they're just doing it for the sake of novelty. Everything, I don't know, just kind of works. That was really good. When I first started playing the other day, one of my kind of regular viewers came in, Cameron Bartlett, and he said this is my favourite game ever, and I thought, yeah, really? And then he told me something about the game. He said, I'm going to give you... And he said, that's a big spoiler. And it kind of put me off, but he hadn't actually spoiled the game. He said he'd spoiled it, but he hadn't. He just told me that everyone was dead, but if you open the diary at the beginning, you see that everybody's dead anyway. It kind of put me off playing it. So before I even went in the house, I turned it off and I thought, I'm going to give it a few weeks or a few months and then play it. And I can see now why it was his favourite game. Holy shit. That's a badass piece of media. Kudos, bravo to all these names.
Sue. WTF did the grandma want to tell her?
Right. I guess.
What did she see at the old house?
Who knows? I mean...
And will her son die now?
I don't know. What happened to Edith? That's what I want to know. Maybe she didn't die in childbirth. I don't know. If she did, then she wouldn't have really been able
Because she told him the story?
Wait, when at the end I kind of had a little bit of revelation. Oh, she died in childbirth, but it doesn't really make sense. Because unless she knew that she wouldn't have written that last line in the book, right? I want to tell you this face to face, but I guess now that's not going to be possible. You wouldn't write that whilst you were dying in childbirth, so she must have written that afterwards. She must have written that when she knew she was going to die. And why it hasn't filled in a death date at the top still? Oh, I guess it did at the end, or his little gravestone in 2017. Why is Edie's in red and everyone else's is in blue?
$2017, I think.
It was 2017. I guess yeah, the game came out. Why is Edie's in red? And what happened to Dawn? Well, maybe if we would play their story, maybe you get a little bit extra. I don't know. I don't know. Questions. I'll be heading to the internet for the
I
answers.
don't fucking get it.
Maybe it's, well, you know what? They're the greatest pieces of media. Leave things down to interpretation. So that's often the case, I guess.
Maybe it's red because her story was interrupted.
Mm-hmm. Let's see if I missed anything on the way through.
Tip of the iceberg and all that. Good point.
That whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word.
Everyone can interpret it differently.
Until
so
supper, when she raised her
sometimes things
glass
are
and
better.
said,
To our final night together, and all our final nights apart.
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol.
I mean, none
Some
of this
your
was cleaned
medications
up.
are very specific.
I left the present
When you first come into the
in
house,
hallway.
this room is
Why
exactly
don't
like
you go
this.
open it? The
'Cause I remember that
grown-ups
pink- I
have
remember
to
those
argue
plates, I remember the Chinese.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our
So
last...
Edie
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
Edie must have killed herself here. Or maybe she walked out. Maybe she walked out to the house, into the sea. That's what I'd like to think. She just wandered off into the ocean.
The
towards
power
the
had
old
been shut
house.
off that morning, but Edie always had plenty of candles. When my mom sealed the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance. Or that Edie had a key to it.
Alcohol and medication?
That's how I'd go. If I was going to walk out into the ocean, I would definitely take a lot of alcohol and medication before I did
you're
it.
afraid of isn't going to end when you leave the house. Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your stories.
Oh, and the friggin' family curse.
I think it's best if Edith and I leave tonight.
The curse is just, I guess, metaphorical. There wasn't an actual curse.
We'll have the
it's
nursing
just-
home send a van for you in the morning.
It's like what she says, and I think she says it in this bit. Why don't you start believing something? Or was it in Lewis's story?
Dear Edith, there's so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born. That night, the tide went way, way out.
So this is the night she was born. So Dawn and
It was the first and last
And she
time
last put belief
ever
onto
saw
her
the
unborn
old
child.
house aground.
Dawn will be away in
There'd
a
been an
hospital somewhere.
earthquake out in the middle of the ocean.
These earthquakes, we had at least 2 of them before, because that'll be what what's his name? Walter, was it? Who was down in the... Yeah, it was Walter. There he is, opening his can. 1952 to 2005. That's what he was experiencing when he was down in his little bunker. His totem pole, I guess, fell when the hurricane, I guess it was a hurricane, when you, with Gus with the kite and the wedding tent got smashed apart. This must have come down then. I think that's Molly on the top. She's got the owl wings. That's Calvin on the swing. Can't really see that all enough. But they were the two. They were the 2 that we saw in Thingy as well. In the bit where we went into the comic, and I was hitting everything with the crutches. There was papier mâché, or they were. I guess they were being made then in the woodworking room down in the garage. I don't actually think this is going to reveal anything. I like what they've done. I like how they've left it open. Sometimes it's best to be open. No definitive answers.
God, it smelled awful.
It would do.
No, I've seen that house every day of my life.
The voice acting as well. Every single one. It's just, I've not
But
thought
I
to
never
myself.
thought I'd go back to it.
That's really bad. It's really well read. The script is.
When the fog rolled in, I
Oh, great
lost
game.
my way. I got turned around. For a while, I wondered. I started seeing things. Things I'd forgotten had ever existed.
These are just, I guess, a remnant of an
When
old
I
house.
saw them, they felt like old friends. That night, a lot of things came back to me. Or maybe I came back to them.
So now we've seen the story, are we, cursed? Emoji disappointed but relieved face.
No, there's no such thing as curses. What's that under there? A game this well designed, there's nothing by accident. What is that? It's a model. It's one of those dwarves. A wooden carving of one of the dwarves. Yeah, there's another one. You know what? I think I need to learn about the Norwegian folklore that's referenced in this
Things
game.
I can't explain.
It's going to be the first
but
place
that
I
I
go.
need you to try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here?
Game's
It's
2 years
mine.
old. I
Edith.
guarantee you someone will
Mom,
have
you're gonna rip it. Let go.
someone will
I kicked
definitely
and
have fully
screamed, but-
analysed it.
Mom dragged me to the car.
Where's Edie? There she
I
is
never
on the
saw Great
doorstep.
Grandma Edie again.
Help, Roman, there's a
The next
monster
morning, the van
under
came to pick
my
her up.
bed. It's
She was all
so
right.
hungry.
Is it like a big, long, slimy
After
tentacle?
that, we moved around a lot.
It's Molly. She's coming to get you.
We both tried to make
Let me put comments on. Molly's coming to get you, Toadie.
A few years went by.
Isn't that just the most amazing way you've ever seen text displayed? I love this shit.
My mom didn't like to talk about it. But she started getting sick a lot.
It's a giant toad.
The rest
Toadie.
happened pretty quickly. She got better for a while, and then she didn't. And then I was alone.
Until I found out about you.
The last Finch left alive. Until I found out about you. I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this. If we lived forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things. But as it is, I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes. And appreciate how strange and brief all of this is. This journal was supposed to be for you. But now I hope you'll never see it. I just want to meet you. And tell you all these stories myself. But I guess if you're reading this now, things didn't work out that way.
That was the thing that put me... She didn't get to meet him or her. She must have met... Oh, well, Toadie, join the club, man. I've been having existential crises for the past...
This is where your story begins.
20 years.
I'm sorry I won't be there to see it. It's a lot to ask, but I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all. Good luck.
What's going on with the right arm? It's in plasticast. Two of the kids had their left foot in plasticasts. I guess that's just maybe a thing. It's going back to being young. You're always breaking bones when you're young, right? I don't know, man. Shirley Dallas, 1948 to 2013. I think the next guy's name was Dallas, right? Honestly, I'm not lying. That looks a little bit like me when I was young, when I was a kid. Ian Dallas. Exactly the same hair colour. And the brother's date of birth was the same as my brother's. Fuck this game, man. I love it. Love it too much. This, The Last Guardian. I don't know, man. Peerless. I didn't expect to play it all the way through neither. I thought I'd take a couple of sessions. Oh, I guess it's only 4 hours. Just under 4 hours. Oh, Daniela, you're gonna have to do what I do. Get online and read about different people's interpretations. And choose the one that best suits your own. Oh, holy shit, it's really light outside. Toady, I'm surprised you've stayed up with me, brother. What time is it? Let's have a look what time it is. It's 5 AM, dude. Okay, time for a bowl of cornflakes, a cup of tea, and bed. I'm not going to be able to sleep. I'm going to be thinking about this game. I have to put some boring tally on to help me drop off. Okay. I'll tell you what. I'll tell you one thing for sure. As funny as I found it at the beginning, I won't be playing Gregory's story again. It went from super funny to incredibly tragic, like that. I like Molly's, eating everything. Anyway, dudes, thank you for staying with me. Sleep well. Sweet dreams. Peace and love to you both. Adios, Daniela. Good night, Tony. Buenos días, Señorita Morales. Adios.